Hey guys, and welcome to Quality Shot. I have a really exciting video, as you can see from the 5 other very memorable faces. Well, you should have watched them in some video. Venu, you'll recognise from Venu's Cricket Catch-Up, which is a weekly segment that he does on our channel Quality Shot. Check it out if you haven't already. Asjad from Cricket for Us 2.0. Again, I'm sure you recognise him. And you should have recognised some of these others on other videos. So Ali as well, who would have been on some of the Pakistan videos and others. Arangan, who's joined us for some of these group discussions, and Vivek as well. Hope you are all good. Okay, 2021 player to watch or look out for. Go on, Ali, what are you saying?
Oh, I was just going to say, can I go first?
Yeah, you can go first. Go for it.
Yeah, I've got 2 actually. I've got Kyle Jamieson from New Zealand. Averages 50 with a bat and averages 14 with a ball right now. So that's in Test cricket. The other one I have is Josh De Silva from West Indies. He debuted against New Zealand in this recent series, and he came in as a wicketkeeper, and he got like 50, even though they lost by an innings. But I think it showed a good character for a person on debut to get a 50 in an innings defeat. It's quite good, and he also kept in the England series as a substitute, so obviously he's quite highly rated, and I think Dowrich might be replaced by him very, very soon.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, before I go around, I've just got, actually, no, I won't. I'll go to everyone else first. Let's go with Arangan.
So I was going to pick Babar Azam. The reason I didn't pick him for all formats was I think in terms of the Test series against England, he did well, but I was kind of hoping that he would do a bit more, sort of get a century, and really kind of put a bit more resistance. But I think he's done really well in ODI and T20, but I'm kind of backing him to explode onto the Test scene a bit more next year.
Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. Obviously, I think he was number 1 T20 batsman at some point this year, but obviously Darren Milan overtook him. I think he's in the top 5 for ODIs. I think he's number 2 or number 3. Well, I might be wrong, but he's definitely in the top 5. And then he's number 5 in Test cricket. So he's only just broken into the top 5 in Test cricket, where obviously you've got the usual suspects of Kohli, Williamson, and Steve Smith, and also Marnus Labuschagne now as well. So yeah, that's a good point. Okay, let's go on to Vivek.
I'm going to go for Kyle Jamieson as well. He's had a really quite quick start to his Test career. Got some wickets in T20s as well. Not done too well in ODI so far. But yeah, I think he'll be one to watch, especially in Test cricket going forward. 2 5-wicket hauls so far. Probably more to come.
Yeah, only 25. A really good start to his career so far. Definitely one to watch. 6'8", running in, bowling mid to late 80s, and gets the ball to move. So yeah, good control and very good ball, and he can bat as well. So good player to watch out for in 2021. Okay, let's go with Asjad.
I've got a list of a few players. Kyle Jamieson, I do understand where everyone's coming from. Devon Conway, I'm actually looking forward to next year, because the small amount of him I've seen internationally, he's done really well. So he's one of the players. Then Shaheen Afridi, because I really wanted to pick a bowler. And I think Shaheen Afridi is someone, this year he's 3rd in the highest T20 wickets, but I think he is someone who will get better in Test and ODI over the course of the next year. And the newest addition to my list is Shubman Gill. He batted very well in this match against Australia, but I think he's someone, the way he bats, I think he's someone that I'm really looking forward to. So it's a tough one. I'll see what everyone says, but those are my 3 picks. I don't know which one I'm looking for yet.
I've got a list that's slightly longer, but it includes Kyle Jamieson, as everyone said. Devon Conway, as you said, I'm a massive fan, as I think Venu and Asjad, you guys both know, just looks so class in the T20s, and looks like he could play all 3 formats. I think he was in the Test squad when Williamson was on paternity leave, but didn't get picked for that game. It was another young up-and-coming player who I've forgotten his name, but he did actually quite well.
Will Young.
Will Young. So he's one to look out for as well, to be fair. But Devon Conway, for me, if he gets to burst on the Test scene, I think that will strengthen New Zealand even more potentially, which would just be incredible. And maybe a long-term replacement for Ross Taylor as well. who's coming towards the back end of his career. Glenn Phillips, another Kiwi in T20s especially. Haider Ali I've got here. Haider Ali, who obviously scored 50 on his Test debut, T20 debut even, sorry, for Pakistan, but hasn't done too much since. So hopefully he comes good. Naseem Shah, Natarajan as well, the Indian bowler who debuted for India. Naseem Shah, obviously youngster. Shubman Gill.
I'm changing my decision to Natarajan.
Fair enough. Shubman Gill as well, who, as you said, made his debut, looked good. Cameron Green, who I know Venu might mention, is a prospect definitely to look out for. Might have a big year next year. Shanaka Venu, I've put from Sri Lanka. I thought I was really impressed with him in the Test series, and I've had a look at him, and he looks like he's a decent player. And Jermaine Blackwood I put as well. So a very long list there, but yeah, I'm not sure 100%. So I'll go to the rest of you first. Well, you said it all apart from Venu. So Venu, who's your player to look out for?
In terms of next year, that you've got the T20 World Cup. I think Babar Azam is the player to look out for in terms of the player across all three formats. In terms of a new player to look out for, Asjad made the excellent point of Shubman Gill, because he looked the real deal against Australia. He played his debut, made his debut only 4 days ago on Boxing Day. And the way he gets his runs, as Asjad mentioned, he in his first innings, he got, how many runs did he get? He got 45 runs, a strike rate of 70. And the second innings, he got a good 35 runs with strike rate just under 100. So the way he gets his runs, very, it'll be good to watch him. And I'm sure he's going to break into the ODI team for India. I'll put him, in terms of women's player, to look out for Sophie Eccleston, who I mentioned earlier on. But I've also picked one to look out for in terms of a young player that hasn't played much, so you can study and do some more research on. Because Babar Azam, he'll be excellent. But Shubman Gill, I'm going to go for.
Okay, well, that's fair enough. Okay, let's do final decisions then on this, because we've got a few. I think we've obviously got Shubman Gill floating around, Carl Jamieson, and Devon Conway, a couple of us have mentioned as well. But yeah, feel free to say someone else as well. But just final picks. Vivek, let's go with you first.
I'll go for Carl Jamieson.
Okay, Asjad.
Come back to me last.
You can say who you're thinking. You don't have to be decided.
I don't know which one, because like Natarajan and Shubman Gill, it's one of those two.
Okay, fine. I'll come back to you, Ali.
Yeah.
I'll stick with Carl Jamieson.
Okay, Arangan.
I think next year's going to be easier.
Okay, Venu.
Shubman Gill.
Okay, Asjad.
Shubman Gill.
Okay, so I think it's between Shubman Gill and Carl Jamieson. I would have gone for someone different, to be honest. I would have gone for maybe Devon Conway or Cameron Green, to be honest. So I'm happy to change my answer. Let's go back around then. One more time. Shubman Gill or Carl Jamieson, I think, is what we're going to look out for, because Venu and Asha both said it, and I think it was Vivek and Arangan both said Carl Jamieson. Ali said, who did you say, Ali, again?
I said Jamieson.
Oh, you did? Oh, Arangan said Barber, sorry. That's it, and I would have gone with someone different, so 2-2. Okay, let's go around quickly then. Vivek, Shubman Gill or Carl Jamieson?
Kyle Jamieson.
Asjad?
Yeah.
Yeah, Venu?
I'm sticking with my original decision. What was that? Shubman Gill.
Okay, stick with your original decision, umpire. He's still out. Arangan?
Shubman Gill.
Okay, Ali?
Well, it's another. Yeah, I'll stick with Carl. Obviously, Gill wins then.
I was going to say Carl Jamieson. So I think that's 3-3, isn't it? Oh,
3-3. Share the award. Share the award.
Yeah. Okay, let's share it. Yeah, I think that's fair enough. This award we can share because it's more of a prospects of the year, really, isn't it? So well done then to Shubman Gill and also to Carl Jamieson for winning quality shots. Player to look out for, prospect of 2021. Player to look out for in 2021 as well. I'm sure you're both watching, probably not. But if you are, well done to both of you. And Carl Jameson, please do not clean up Pakistan tomorrow in day 5 of the Test match. and I definitely will pick you, says Shubman Gill. Okay, I think that's all our awards. Does anyone else want to kind of touch upon? Yeah, go on, Venu.
Well, didn't you have a young player to look out for? I'm sure. I guess
I've merged it with the 2020. The player to look out for in 2021. We can do a young player if people want to.
I guess we picked Shubman Gill, I guess. But if people want to do it, we can.
Yeah, we can do one. I don't mind. If people want to do that, we can do it. I don't mind. People
Can I
up
just
for
quickly
it?
mention Naseem Shah and Shaheen Afridi, just because it's like ridiculous at their age that they're even playing international cricket, let alone doing anything else. So, yeah.
Yeah, fair play. Okay. If we do Young Player of the Year, though, is it just going to go to Shubman Gill? He's only 21.
Well, you've got Zach Crawley in there. You've got Ollie Pope. You've got Cameron Green. And Arangan mentioned Naseem Shah and Shaheen Afridi. But I'm sure obviously some others.
Fine, let's do it. You guys are asking for it. Let's do it. Okay, quickly then. Young Player of the Year then that you're looking out for. So I guess let's say 20. I'm going to say 23 and under because I think we've got enough players we've got enough people to look at 23 and under. We've obviously, I guess, let's exclude Shubman Gill just because obviously he's already got the award for 2021 player to look out for, kind of joint with Carl Jameson, so we can exclude him. Let's go with Asjad first. Who's a young player to look out for?
So no Shubman Gill, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, probably Shaheen then. Shaheen Afridi.
Okay, no, fair enough. That's a good pick. He's been very good this year as well, to be fair. Hopefully he has a better one next year as well. Arangan.
I would say Shaheen, but I would say Naseem Shah just because he's 17. So yeah, he's only going to get better.
Shut up, Asjad. He's 18 now, probably. Vivek, what about you?
Probably go for Shaheen Afridi as well.
Okay. You look very mysterious at the moment, Vivek, with that lighting. It's like the mysterious man who you go to the answer for. That's Shaheen Afridi. Very cool. Ali, what about you?
I had Shaheen in here. I just think he's become more of he's matured a lot this year, and he's not been arrested. It shows how much he's come over this year, especially like T20s, ODIs, and Test matches. I think he's grown so much this year.
Yeah, I think he was only arrested for a couple of T20s because I think I remember me and you, I kept on saying about Shaheen Afridi needing to be arrested, and he did eventually, which was good, but it was only for a couple of games. He still bowled a ridiculous amount of overs this year, so fair enough. Okay, so I think we've gone with Asjad, we've gone to Vivek and Arangan and Ali, so I think it's just Venu.
Yeah, I agree with what Ali said. Shaheen Afridi. Nice to see a young Pakistani bowler and also left-hand pace bowler. Yeah, it looks promising. He's exciting to watch. I like watching him bowl. So Shaheen Afridi for me. Yeah,
very exciting to watch. He is probably our spearhead, really, which is a bit ridiculous considering how old he is at whatever it is, 19. And he just runs in 21. Okay, fair enough. Well, even at 21. I think I'm probably thinking 19 because he was 19. Like, I can't believe he's been around for so long, to be honest with you. But yeah, 21 years old, running in, obviously left armour, 6 foot, whatever, 5, just huge, running in, bounce, swing through the air as well. Pace is he's definitely an exciting player to look out for in 2021. So hopefully he can do the business for Pakistan, especially in the World T20, which is coming up. Actually, before we do wrap up, I'm going to ask you guys for predictions on the World T20. And actually, Asjad, you weren't here, but I'm going to say, as I said to everyone, and we're going to do this. So I'm going to get you guys and whoever else wants to join as well. We're going to do a raffle, basically, of countries in a hat, which I can do virtually, however. And basically, everyone will be assigned a team, which will be random. And whichever team you get, you have to make a case for why they're going to win the World T20. So obviously you might pick Papua New Guinea, but if there's only X amount of people, we probably might just do the top 8 teams, which obviously is, at the end of the day, who knows? Papua New Guinea might still win it. But yeah, we just have to make a case to be a bit of fun. So yeah, before we do though, that, which will be later on in 2021, so stay tuned for that, guys. Because I actually, I think that's a really good idea. Can't wait for example, someone like me having to basically explain why India are going to win it, because obviously I don't want them to win it. But yeah, let's go for it then. Who do you guys think is going to win the 2021 World Cup, which is in India? So it's 2020 World Cup in India, if it hopefully does still go ahead. And you can make a case for it as well. A very short one on why you think they're going to win it. So let's go with Arangan first.
Can I go last?
Yes, you can. Ali.
I reckon England v New Zealand final and England to win again.
That was a lot of information that you just gave me there. The England-New Zealand one as well. Why England going to win, Ali?
I just reckon with the Morgan effect, and also they've got the best white ball players in the world. So England win that. I know it's in India, but I think they've also got decent spinners. So yeah, England to win.
A lot of that might, I guess, a lot of it might come down to how good Moeen Ali's going to bowl in subcontinental conditions, because obviously he's going to have to come back into a little bit of form. If I'm assuming he's going to go along with Adil Rashid, and that's what they go with. At the moment, off the top of my head, I can't think of anyone. Maybe Liam Dawson, but they've kind of gone away from him as well. So he'd need to do a good job, I guess, to be able to win it. But that's a solid pick, I think, especially due to their batting. They need Jason Roy to come back as well, I guess. But they've got the firepower for sure. Let's go with Venu. Who's your pick?
Same as Ali, really. England. They just been, excellent in T20, and the fact that you got Archer and Rashid bowling, and also their incredible batting lineup. I think it's probably going to be an India-England final, or India-England final, England to win.
Okay, interesting. Vivek.
I think it's going to be India, to be honest. Maybe India-England final, and then England lose. Reason I say it is I don't think England are that great playing spin still. They're not very good at rotating strike. Roy, for instance, is kind of one-dimensional. He's only got like 2 or 3 shots, and taking singles isn't really his thing. So I'm not sure. And also playing Ashwin and their spinners in home conditions is going to be different to like playing a spinner here. I think. So I don't know. I think it's going to be India, but England have got a chance for sure.
Yeah, I think the subcontinental pitches, there'll be a lot will definitely depend on how well teams play spinners from not just India, but probably Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and also Pakistan as well, because obviously that they've got a little bit of an advantage knowing the pitches. Obviously, nowadays, because of drop-in pitches as well and everything else, they do try and make the pitches slightly varied, so it could be different. But yeah, that's fair enough. So we've got 2 England and 1 India.
I'd say the pitches are also quite slow, so it's not just spin, but it's also quite slow. It doesn't come onto the bat, and
100%.
We love it coming onto the bat.
Yeah, England do love it come onto the bat, to be fair. So I can see why you're saying that. Asjad, who's your pick?
Just to add something to your point, Afghanistan has great spinners too, so they might actually be quite
good. You're right. Yeah, I should have said that.
But yeah, I was going India-England final, but then I thought that's boring, right? So India-Pakistan final, for Pakistan to win the final in India. I'm going for that.
Can I just say something? If Pakistan win the T20 final in India, against India, then the players better run straight to the airport. That's what I'm saying. Because, and this is nothing against Indian fans, but let's be honest, like we know what's going to happen if that happens. I mean, that would be something, wouldn't it? I think it would take a lot for Pakistan against obviously a massively 100% Indian crowd as well to do that. But fair enough. That's very optimistic. I like it. I think it's Arangan and then me. So Arangan, go on.
So I'm going to go with New Zealand. I think Pakistan will surprise people as well. I think England always will have a good chance, but when we think back to like the World Cup final, and a lot said about how good England are, there was also a little bit of an element of luck, like that ball that hit Ben Stokes' bat and then went for four. And you could argue that maybe without that, New Zealand might have won. But I think they've consistently been in finals over the last few years, and maybe this time around they might just go one further.
Yeah, that's fair enough. New Zealand obviously being back-to-back World Cup finals, they're showing that they're a force in Test cricket. And I think, to be fair, if we had a category which was team to watch in 2021, I'm pretty sure a lot of us would have said New Zealand, just because in all three formats, just because they're that good at the moment in terms of their strength and depth. A pick for me, it's difficult actually, because I think the conditions play a lot, and I would have favoured someone like New Zealand if it was going to be in Australia like it was supposed to be, which I think that's going to be obviously in 2022, because I think they're more used to those types of pitches. But I don't think they've got the spinner. I know Mitch Santner's good, but he's not a big turner of the ball. I don't know how good. Obviously, they've got Ish Sodhi as well. Yeah, they've got Ish Sodhi as well, but I was going to say that. But Ish Sodhi is just, I don't see him as in the same calibre as like a Rashid or a Zampa or even a Shadab Khan, to be honest with you, if I'm being honest, in that format. He's a good bowler, but I just don't know how good he is in that format in those conditions. I'd love to be optimistic and say Pakistan, but I don't know, actually. It's a weird one. You know what, actually, I'll go New Zealand. I want it to be Pakistan. They might do the business. If they do, yeah, as I said, they're going to have to run to the airport and have something on standby. Maybe even a plane right next to, just build like a little runway right next to the stadium so that they can just jump on the plane straight away in their whites and or whatever it is. Yeah, they're white. Well, it's not their whites, they're greens, and fly off. But yeah, okay, cool. So I think Vivek, you went with England. Venu, you went with England as well, didn't you? No, sorry, Vivek went with India. Venu, England. Asjad, you went with Pakistan. Ali, England, and Arangan, you've gone with New Zealand. So have I. So that's cool.
Can I change mine to India, because now I'm being realistic here?
Are you? Okay, fair enough. Oh, I liked it when you're optimistic, to be honest with you. But fair enough. Okay, so we've got two each actually: two New Zealand, two India, and two England. India, sorry, even. So cool. Okay. No, but thank you so much, guys. Actually, on a serious note, for being on, taking your time out to come on, and really enjoyed the chat. Thank you guys for watching the inaugural Quality Shots Cricket Awards of 2020. Hopefully look forward to seeing you all, I'm sure, videos throughout the year, but also all getting together again for the 2021 awards, and I'm sure during the World Cup maybe as well. We can get together, which will be good as well for the T20 World Cup. Guys, if you haven't already, please make sure you like, comment, and share the vids, and of course subscribe if you haven't. Also, check out Venu's weekly cricket catch-up, which is a segment he does on our channel every week as well. It's really good. And also Asjad has his own channel, Cricket for Us 2.0, so check it out as well. And for everyone else, they don't have their own YouTube channels, but you can say thank you to them in the comments below. Thank you again. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next video. Stay safe. And yeah, thanks very much, guys.